John Fritz along with Mark Rosen here, and tonight we have, as we said again, the South St. Paul Packers being David against Goliath, and in this case Kennedy. And the people are asking, can South St. Paul play with the big boys? Well, they did play Burnsville. They lost there 5-4. That was an overtime loss earlier. And we should point out that they have 6 losses, but they come in here. Every single loss has been by 1 goal. An amazing statistic, Mark Rosen.
Kennedy with just 1 loss all year. That was the Greenway Coleraine. They have an explosive offense led by Jason Miller and Joe Decker, Mr. Hockey candidates. They have a airtight defense and goalies that have been alternated all year. And Jerry Peterson will be going with Thane Venix tonight, one of his 2 senior goalies. And we'll be back with the start of that game in just a minute. This is Hockey 87. At South St. Paul and Louis, I have to ask you, that kid must have been dreaming. Mike Stansbury. When was the last time you offered a kid $1 million?
When I knew he wouldn't take it. Too young to sign. You know, you have to be 18.
A few more years.
You made a lot of people millionaires in your life, haven't you?
Oh, 50 or 60 anyway.
Let's talk about the Packers here in Kennedy, and Kennedy coming in with only a loss. The Packers with an 18-6 record. Lou, what kind of a game do you expect?
Well, somewhat similar to the last game. It should be, because Kennedy's such a powerhouse, but you never know. South St. Paul is a battling team. As we said, they only lost by 1 goal on those 6 losses they had, but they are big underdogs, and it's going to be a tough road for them to beat Kennedy. Should they do it, it would be the biggest upset of this tournament. And if they don't, you'll see a great matchup tomorrow night. But right now, it's got to be Kennedy against South St. Paul, and Kennedy heavily favored to continue. Watch number 10, Jason Miller, for Kennedy, because he's a lot like Jernander. Great head, excellent playmaker, and a superb hockey player. One of the finer talents in this tournament.
And he has 59 points on the season. Miller does, for the Eagles of Bloomington Kennedy. And South St. Paul, the Packers, as we mentioned, 18-6 on the year. We'll get into their schedule. But right now, let's go down to the public address announcer for the announcement of tonight's starting lineups.
And I was really glad when I heard that I can come here and play.
Ranked as one of Finland's top 10 defensive players, Tommy has meshed his European hockey skills with the American brand of play and made his mark with the team.
In the biggest way Tommy has contributed to our team is the fact that he can handle the puck and he can get the puck out of our zone. He's a great skater. He's a very humble person. He's the type of kid that you'd want your daughter to date. He's just an articulate young man. He's just fun to be around.
Come on, Tommy! Tommy has blended in well on the team with his American appearance, but not yet his English.
Some kid was talking about his girlfriend, and he translated it into Finnish. He said, "Are you going to give her the shoe?" And we couldn't figure out what he meant. And finally, I figured out, do you mean the boot? Give her the boot? Oh, yeah, boot, he says. That's right. Give her the boot, yeah.
So let's call the X-coordinate.
With only the occasional problem in language, Tommy is earning high grades from his teachers.
His work is quality work. He's very studious, and I think he's a very honest, sincere young fella.
I think that I'm living the same kind of life here, what I did in Finland. I can do my own stuff. I feel like I'm at home.
Well, Tommy.
Lorraine Otto, a self-proclaimed hockey nut whose sons and grandsons have played the game, is Tommy's sponsor.
How do you really feel about the game? I have had 3 hockey players that have lived with me, and all 3 of them have been just like my sons. They become family to me.
And that means talking hockey morning, noon, and night.
And it's going to be body here and body there, you know, because that's the kind of hockey I want you to play, Tommy. None of this sissy stuff. Come on now, Packers! Come on!
Lorraine attends every game, her red hat easy for Tommy to spot, and always ready to wave the victory banner.
The Sitsu. It's, well, because you got the Finnish hockey player. That means power.
And this night it works. Tommy gets an assist on the eventual winning goal that clinches the Section 4 title for the Packers, and for one young player from faraway Finland, a chance to play in America's premier schoolboy event.
I don't know, I can't imagine, but I heard that it's awesome feeling when you are playing there, because we don't have anything that big in Finland. I think it's going to be unbelievable memory.
Another Finnish exchange student is a close friend of Tommy Marnie. Of course, he's on the other side of the dressing room tonight. His name is Marco Cruz, plays for Bloomington Kennedy. And along with Jerry Persson, who plays for Warroad, he's from Sweden. This tournament is filled with foreign exchange students, and it's a terrific opportunity for them to play in a showcase event like this.
It's a good story, Mark. Well, what separates the men from the boys? Find out with us now as we compare North Star Dino Cicerelli and recently traded Kent Nilsson to a couple of high school standouts. How accurate is the high school player's shot compared to the pros? What are the differences between the amateurs and the professionals? We compare the shooting and skating abilities of Bloomington Kennedy's Jason Miller and Joe Decker with that of the professionals, Kent Nilsson and Dino Cicerelli. Our first test was the accuracy board. Overall, the professionals were stronger, but our pair from Kennedy put the puck in the net more than Kent and Dino.
They were just shooting slap shots, so I don't know. I think you're more accurate with wrist shot and snap shots.
The key is, you know, and I tell a lot of kids too, you got to concentrate on hitting the net all the time, because obviously if you don't hit the net, you don't score.
Next up, speed through a course. The fastest? Kent Nilsson consistently running the course in 5.5 seconds. Dino, Joe, and Jason all follow with an average time of 6.5 seconds. Finally, maneuverability and puck handling through a course. Strength and speed will determine the outcome of this match. The results?
The only difference between us and them, we're a lot stronger. Everything we do is a lot stronger. And but that's with age, you know, we're almost twice as old as those guys.
Well, I learned what I need to work on. I think when you watch them do drills and then try and do them yourself, on some of you can figure out where you got to work on a little bit. I think skating through the cones a little bit and my stick handling is probably one of the things I need to work on.
I thought I did pretty good. I mean, it's fun watching them, being out here with them, because they're pros, and you learn a lot just from an hour watching them.
Well, so to even things out now, next year what we're going to do is we're going to put the high schoolers on a weight program, and we're going to put them up against a couple of new people, Tom Reed and Lou Nanny.
Miller and Decker are certainly at their sharpshooting best tonight.
They are. Live from the St. Paul Civic Center. This after 2 periods, we're just about set for the third period of play. We have one update. Greenway Coleraine will meet the winner here in the semifinals tomorrow, and Greenway very interested in how Gary Gustafson, their fine defenseman, is coming out. We have a report that he suffered a mild shoulder separation. Jim Marshall, the trainer, said he's doubtful right now for the game tomorrow, but they're really not certain. They'll have to check on that tomorrow, but let's keep our fingers crossed that he'll be all right for that one.
I think Greenway was going with 4 defensemen too, Louis.
Right,
so I'm sure
I know
that,
Louis commented on that, just how he would be. So that's the latest we have, Louis.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. Hopefully it's just mild and he might be able to play with a brace or something. We'd like to see him back in there. He's a big part of that club.
It's 6-2 as we get ready for the third period of play. As Kennedy is out in front, Piddleco, Miller, and Decker will open up against Brock, Cheetah, and Cunningham. South St. Paul, they have lost 35 games in tournament play. In their 23rd appearance, has to battle back here in the third period. As Kennedy setting it up, they try to center it. It comes back, and it's controlled by Cadeus. Around over the middle. Miller with a drive, and it's steered away, and the puck comes loose to the point. Cadeus holding it in. He dumps it down in the corner. Miller with it there, plays it to Decker behind the net. Decker is tied up as he tried to work it loose, but it's cleared by Cooper. Intercepted by Miller and dropped to Cronkite. Cronkite will work at center ice to Piddleco, who tried and did lead the pass. Coming in over the line with it is Miller, and he kept it on the ice, fired it wide. Decker tried to center it, and it went in on Lissick, and he covered up and he made the save.
Well, Kennedy came out with their top line, hoping to get another goal right away. Jason Miller, a couple of fine plays, had 2 opportunities, And a good shot from the point by Cronkite almost got through. Kennedy not letting up at all, wanting to make sure they're playing in a semifinal game tomorrow night. They changed that one assist to Pat McGowan. They took it away from Cronkite on the goal by Hansen at the end of the period, by the way.
And Lou was right there on that assessment.
No, it's just that McGowan made such a good play. It'd be a shame if he didn't get credit for it because he was being checked by two people and he had presence of mind enough just to deflect the puck, change the direction of it through the two people and sending in Wallinga all alone. He's had a fine game out there. He's got great speed for a centerman, McGowan has.
And McGowan is out now with Hansen and Wallinga. Boy, you talk about Kennedy's strengths, quickness. They can pass the puck pretty well. They can play four lines. They got three sets of defensemen.
Well, McGowan has to be a key here. He's got to shut down that top line of South St. Paul. He's been pretty effective, even though they got one full-strength goal. The other one by Meyer was on the power play.
And it's set up now, and trying to work it toward the net goes Hansen. Hansen on the pass to Parent with a drive. Just wide. Around over to Landreth. Landreth trying to clear it, but it's set up in the neutral zone as Meyer trying to catch up with the puck. Turned away by Kennedy, carried back in over the line. And down goes McGowan as he was checked by Young. A backhander just wide of the mark by Wallinga. And it's Lewandowski working the wing. McGowan holding it in. Pushed it wide. And we have 13:28 remaining here in the third period of play, a 6-2 game. And the puck is loose back in the Packers zone. And it's brought up ice by Jeff Allen. A senior, one of 12 on this hockey team. Played back down in the corner, and a whistle and an icing will be called here.
Well, each of Kennedy's lines coming out with the same kind of enthusiasm that they finished the period off. They want to make sure that they're able to go on from here. One thing Kennedy has done extremely well tonight and South St. Paul has not done is use their point men. Look at how many times the defensemen from Kennedy are set up with fine passes from down deep. They're not being watched, and they've had some good opportunities on the net.
And the face-off, and Cronkite with the puck, and he moved it to the high slot, and it's picked up there by Manuel. Manuel playing it in the corner with help, trying to get help from Stansberry. Behind the net goes Bauer. Bauer trying to work it loose as he tried to move to the side of the net. Bauer did move it toward the slot, but it's cleared by Viner. Viner tried to play it ahead. It's held in by Stansberry. Stansberry around over to Bauer. Bauer with it. Back to Stansberry, and a shot covered up by Lissick. And there's a break in the action. It will be right back with him held in. It's fired by Parent from the point. Comes all the way around to the near side. Trying to hold it there is Weiss, knocked down in the neutral zone. That is Cheetah. Hit over the line. Cunningham is offside, stopping play at the blue line.
Cheetah made that pass just a little behind him. Cunningham breaking down the wide side. Was open, but Cheetah trying to get the puck through the man, and at the same time on Cunningham's stick, wasn't able to keep it onside. Kennedy changing their lines rather quickly. They want to keep everybody fresh and keep going right down the stretch.
As they will take on Greenway Coleraine in the semifinals tomorrow night. And the puck comes loose, and it's a 6-2 game. Kennedy back in their own zone. On the far side, Landreth with it. As the Eagles will move it to center ice. Piddleco, Miller, and Decker are out. And it's Decker working his off wing, is bumped in the corner by Cunningham. And the puck is cleared by the Packers. As trying to hold the zone was Piddleco. Piddleco with the puck tried to pass it to Miller. And Miller will set it up at center ice as they regroup. Driven back in by Landreth. In on Lissick, who knocked it aside. We have 11:22 remaining in the third period. And the Packers will move it up ice. Broken up by McGowan in the neutral zone, who ducked the check of Cheetah. Wallinga overskated the puck. McGowan is there. Hansen trying to pick it up. And it comes loose in the neutral zone, set up by Kennedy. A check, and O'Leary is out now with Viner and Nadeau for the South St. Paul Packers. This is Hansen cutting to the net, and he was forced wide by Sebaskowitz and tied up by O'Leary in the corner. Played on the near wing with 10:50 remaining in regulation time. 6-2 the score, and Wallinga works it away from the corner, carries it in behind the net, and then goes to Landreth at the point. Landreth back to Wallinga, tried to center it, went in on Lissick, and he covered up and he made the save. There's a break in the action, and we'll be right back with a go to the point taken away by Meyer. Meyer gets help from Cooper to work it up ice, who's bumped by Manuel. Rink wide on the pass is Kovacs will come back. And chasing it is Stansberry and Kovacs behind Lissick. And it's brought up ice on the right wing to Meyer. That lead pass intercepted by Creus. And he plays it on the lead to Manuel, who steered it away from Young. And again going back over to set it up. Cooper on the far side to Kovacs, trying to bring it out. And the puck controlled by John Young with 59 points of the year coming into this game. Broke it up at the blue line of Kennedy. Both teams at equal strength. We've had 2 penalties called in this game. And with it is Allen going cross ice on the pass to Marnie. Marnie flipping it ahead. Lewandowski is out now with his line mates of Young and Meyer. And it's set up on the near side and played to the blue line of Kennedy. And now the Eagles will pick it up. With it is Miller. Miller moving it right out in front with a backhander and a goal.
What a play by Jason Miller. He gets the puck in the corner, starts coming towards the net, and he uses his line mate for a screen. As he comes across the middle, he waits till the goaltender pulls away from that net. You see a little confusion in front of the net. Here he has Jason Miller on the far side. He's going to use his line mate right there as a screen as he cuts across the middle. And he comes right back to make a fine play and increase the lead here 7-2.
Where's the hats? None out of the ice, but that's 3 for him tonight. And it's a 7-2 game right now.
Dan Bauer goes to the net to set up a screen, and Jason Miller coming from there lets the puck go and goes right in.
10, Jason Miller.
He just allowed Bauer to take the man away from the net. The goaltender goes with him, and he slides that backhander right in. Jason Miller, great presence of mind to hold on to that puck as he saw an opening coming and scores another one. Kennedy out 6-2 right now, 9:16 to go right now.
And with that last goal, Lou, now 7-2. And it's set up now, and the puck is controlled, working the far wing divider. And it's driven wide of the net. 1 assist was given to Creus, his 14th of the year. Cooper with a drive from the point. Knocked down, played away by Weiss, as Kennedy will work it up ice. They were ranked #1 in the AP final poll and in the Metro poll. Chased down, and with it is Troji. Troji off in the wing pass to Anderson, and it's picked up and controlled by Kovacs. Kovacs with the puck, playing it towards center ice. Rink wide to Anderson. Anderson and his line mates try to set it up, but it's turned away, brought back in over the line. With it is Weiss. Weiss with a drive, kicked away by Lissick. And the puck is loose in the slot as Lissick watching the action out in front of him, and Kennedy will go back to regroup.
Kennedy had their 4th line on there, and they too are putting on pressure. Steady pressure by Kennedy the whole period long. They just seem to be wearing South St. Paul down now.
And Kennedy, Lou, one of the stats that tells you how good they are, they allow only 11 shots per game, and they take 38.
The way they move that puck, they do have the opportunities to get a lot of goals, and they do take a lot of shots. They're not afraid to shoot that puck, whether it's from the blue line or right in the slot area.
And the score is 7-2. This is Hockey 87 live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
Jason Miller, he's got a little ritual that he performs, and he's got to be excited right now with a 5-goal lead. Leading 7-2, 7:55 to go. Kennedy in good position. Should be advancing to the semifinals tomorrow night against Coleraine. Greenway in a matchup of an earlier game this year, a 4-3 overtime game won by Greenway.
And the puck is set up now with 7:47 remaining. And a quick stat here, Lou. Greenway Coleraine averages more than 6.9 goals per game. That's more than any other team in the state. Meanwhile, Kennedy is allowed only 1.2 goals per game.
Well, you could already tell the way they play. They had that game against one another down here in Bloomington, and it was a 4-3 overtime game, and the shots on goal was 32-31.
And it's a 7-2 score, and it's played back. Both teams at equal strength now. And out is Nadeau, O'Leary, and Viner. Whistle, and we'll have a play stoppage here with a 7-2 score. This is Hockey 87 live from the
Kennedy, the Packers of South St. Paul on the power play, trailing 7-2.
And the face-off coming up, and that man advantage situation. as it's played by McGowan, trying to get some help back in behind the net. Controlling it is Young. Flipped around the boards. Landreth coming over to try and help out. The Packers try to set it up, play it behind the net. Lewandowski back there to try and work it loose. Trying to help out is Meyer on the wing. Playing the point is Cooper, also out of the ice now on this one-man advantage with 1:33 remaining in a penalty time. Played by Parent to center ice as Kennedy in a penalty killing situation. Lewandowski with it now, setting it up just outside his own blue line to Marnie. Marnie to the blue line of the Eagles, and there taking it away is Parent, and he dumps it back in the zone.
And Kennedy, a very aggressive team on the shorthanded situation. They continue to put pressure on, not allowing the Packers to just come up ice unchecked.
Still 1 minute 4 seconds remaining in the penalty time. As Lewandowski looking as Young has the puck. They go to the point to Marnie, back to Young. Young just across ice in the pass to Lewandowski as they look for Meyer toward the slot. Then Meyer went to the corner to try and get help from Cooper to set it up. Back over to Lewandowski, beaten to the puck by Cronkite, who slaps it off the plexiglass, and it's cleared back to the blue line of the Packers.
Good quickness by Cronkite getting to that loose puck. That's where that speed back there of Kennedy comes in so handy. Trios and Cronkite extremely fast on their skates and very agile. Good puck handlers and also very quick. Always dangerous whenever they get the puck. They're looking for openings to go with it.
And it's going to be set up in the neutral zone. Lewandowski with it, trying to take it away. Coming back in over the line is Decker along with Miller helping out. They've worked the penalty time now to 7 seconds remaining as Trios with it. Taken away by Cheetah. Cheetah is trying to hold the zone with help from Meyer, and both teams are at full strength as the Packers do not convert in their power play situation. So it remains 7-2 as Kennedy is out in front here. Hit over the line. Whistle. Cunningham was offside. There's a break in the action, and we'll be right back.
Trying to keep warm because he hasn't been tested. Not even on a penalty did he get a shot on net.
Well, Jerry Peterson has been rotating his goaltenders, and Chris Lind will be in the nets tomorrow night if the rotation continues. Then the big question is, who do you go with if they make the championship bracket? And the puck comes loose, and with it, a backhander taken wide by Cheetah, and it comes loose to the slot, backhanded by Golding out to center ice. McLean left wing waiting for the pass. He'll crank and let it fly. And Lissick kicked it aside, and Carlson tried to hold the zone. Back up ice now, left wing in the pass. Cheetah in over the line, trying to go to Brott. Brott with the puck in the circle to the right of Venix as he looks out. And we're down to 4:30 remaining here in the third period of play. Kelly with it, and Kelly is bumped in the corner. He's trying to pin it for the face-off or kick it loose, and coming over to help out is Golding in the corner. And now it is Kennedy setting it up to clear it on the near wing. They lead it 7-2. And the hat trick tonight for Jason Miller, and 22 goals on the year, leading the way for the Kennedy Eagles.
Well, Kennedy using all their players right now, making sure that they're fresh for tomorrow, at the same time giving their other players some experience in tournament play. As we look at Weiss going off the ice, he's been a big tower of strength on defense tonight for Kennedy. Kennedy with a very solid defense, good size, and they're going to need it tomorrow night against Greenway because Greenway has also got an explosive hockey club.
The other semi-final matchup will have Burnsville taking on Warroad. And a save there by Lissick, and this is the first time since 1978 that two northern teams, namely Grand Rapids and Roseau, met in the semifinals.
We were talking earlier about Lynn playing in net tomorrow night for Kennedy and who would play in the championship game. I'm sure the coach doesn't worry about that. His biggest concern is getting to that championship game because they have got to beat a very fine hockey club in Greenway to get there.
Lou, I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in your thoughts on that game. Let you formulate them here. And when we get an opportunity on the Greenway Kennedy game tomorrow night. And the puck comes loose now, and it's set up going back to the net. With it is Bauer trying to move it out front. Packers trying to control. They do clear it, moving it up ice. That is Allen flipping it down in the corner. And chasing it down goes Parent on the far boards. And Landreth trying to help out. And Stansberry on the breakout to Manuel. Manuel moving it up ice, comes in over the line. Right wing trying to beat Marnie. And Marnie bumps him along the boards in the corner. Stansberry dug it out. Poke checked away by Allen. Played in the corner on the near boards. We have 3 minutes, 12 seconds remaining. And it comes back out over to center ice in a 7-2 game with Kennedy out in front. Parent with the puck, angled ahead on the near side, trying to pick it up is Anderson. Here is Anderson, and the play continues to the blue line of Kennedy, played ahead by Parent, and back in over the line. Kennedy's Wallinga with it, trying to move it away from Kovac. Wallinga tried to go to the point, cleared to center ice by Nadeau, who tried to go to Viner, working left wing, deflected to Cooper. Cooper drops it back to Kovac to set it up on the lead to Viner. In the neutral zone, taken away by Wallinga. That pass intercepted by O'Leary. And it comes up ice with it is Pat O'Leary, a senior. And that's cleared from his stick by Cronkite, but it's re-intercepted by Dan Viner. Viner on the lead to O'Leary coming in over the line. O'Leary tried to work his way to the net. A shot went wide of Venix. And we'll have a break in the action. The score is 7-2. This is bracket. Also in that bracket will be Roseville along with Hill Murray tomorrow.
Well, for many years of late, people thought that the northern teams weren't a power to be reckoned with, but now they can see that they are. They still got some excellent players up there, and this year they certainly have two of the best representatives this state has had in a long time in Warroad and Greenway Coleraine.
What's your assessment, Loon, of Greenway and Kennedy?
Right now, I've been more impressed with Greenway today, but I'd have to say Chris Miller is going to be a key for Greenway. He's got to be very effective tomorrow, and the goaltending of Kennedy's got to be effective because I think they're going to get tested because of the strong center ice play. It's going to be Miller and McGowan against Jernander and Vekic, and that should be an interesting matchup.
And it's set up and a shot in the goal by Lewandowski. And it's a 7-3 game now, as the Packers don't give up, and Lewandowski getting his second of the night, his 32nd of the year.
A good power play goal for Lewandowski as he's right on the doorstep. You can see where goal scorers are. They're always around the net. They make themselves available for the puck. That's him, number 12, right in the center of your screen. He's going to go for the opening. He senses where the puck's coming, and he takes that pass and just hammers it away. Lewandowski with a good idea how to get into the openings. He knows where to go. He fakes going to the inside. He cuts to the outside. He's out of the screen right now, but he's going to take the pass coming out of the corner, and he lets fly right off the pass, not waiting, putting it away, cutting the deficit to 4. But South St. Paul just about on the time. 50 seconds to go, trailing by 4.
And for South St. Paul, they had been converting on 27% of their power play opportunities as Russ Welsh looks on.
Well, they played a pretty solid game here tonight. South St. Paul had their hands full. Kennedy, #1 ranked in the state. They've had an outstanding season. South St. Paul came out, had a strong first period. They fell behind in the second, but they've played a solid game for the most part. They know they were going to give us some opportunities. They got some themselves, and they made a respectable showing against a talented hockey club from Kennedy.
Recapping the activities of the day here, Burnsville defeated Roseville 4-1. Warroad over Hill Murray 5-1. Greenway Coleraine beat Edina 8-3, and right now we have a 7-3 score here. A couple of assists were given on that goal. #1 to Young, and also to Cheetah. How do you like the other semifinal matchup between Burnsville and Warroad?
I like both semifinals. I think they're going to be very interesting. Today's the biggest, I'd say, discrepancy in goals for and against that I can remember on opening day. But Warroad and Burnsville both looked extremely solid. I thought Burnsville played better than I expected them to be. I would have been tending to go with Warroad until I saw such a disciplined game played by Burnsville. I think it's going to be close. And the key there is whether Burnsville can make Warroad pay when they get caught with their defensemen up ice. If they can't, Warroad's going to prevail. It should be a very close game.
An interference call on Decker gives a power play opportunity to South St. Paul, but it's too late here. It's a 7-3 score, and we are showing 30 seconds remaining regulation time. With it is Anderson on the lead. Coming in over the line with it is Brock. That pass to the slot is cleared by the Eagles all the way back up ice. Going back in behind, it's Anderson slapping it on the near wing. We're down to 15 seconds remaining, and it's a 7-3 hockey game here with Miller with 3, McGowan with 1. Piddleco with one, Decker with one, and Hansen with one. 2 for Lewandowski and 1 for Meyer, and that's the final. A 7-3 score as Bloomington Kennedy out of Section 5 defeats South St. Paul and the Packers out of Section 4. The 7-3 final, sending Kennedy into the semifinals against Greenway Coleraine.